So this is demo. This demo is related to also behavior analysis, but this time about network analysis. And I decided to actually just introduce you to three tools. Keep the choice of which tool you use for yourself and the situation, and use only one tool to actually analyze our malware. But I want to go through quickly three tools that are interesting. The first tool is interesting, and it's the most common as long as I'm aware, like commonly used. And it's a free tool called Wireshark. You start the capture of network traffic by clicking on the shark fin in the corner. And let's say you open a browser. So you start seeing traffic going through and it's a typical network capture. So what that means is it will capture the source, the destination, the protocol, the payload. It's a lot of information that can be analyzed and looked through for malware analysis. Okay, so for now, I will keep it as the summary as small as this for Wireshark. I want to show you another tool which is very also similar but has more features for malware analysis. It's very useful. It's called Fiddler. Again, it's not the tool that I'll use for the malware analysis, but the reason why I like this one is it can act as a proxy. What does that mean? What is the benefit of acting like a proxy? First, I can interact with the traffic queries. I can modify them and fix them. And it will require for Fiddler a demo on its own to go into the details of its features. But I'll go through two which are extremely interesting in my personal opinion. One is any process. So for example, if I want to I have Firefox and I have Internet Explorer open, but I actually want to just examine. So I want to have a browser for examining. So I want to see the traffic of Chrome, but then every traffic that comes from Explorer is not displayed. So that's a nice feature because network analysis can be complicated, so having smart ways of filtering it is a good idea. The other tool is, since it can act as a proxy, it can also act as a man in the middle and decrypt traffic. Unfortunately here I cannot demonstrate it because I already done it before, but the moment you enable this feature, Fiddler will ask if you allow it to install a certificate. Of course, it's needed for decryption to have a certificate so that it acts as a man in the middle. And I'll show you just quickly how the proxy was defined for Fiddler. So so you can I actually can go internet options. Oops, internet options. Security, no, connections, LAN settings, and advanced. And this is the local host and the port for Fiddler. So it's acting as a proxy. Cancel, 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 close. And again, Fiddler is not the one I'm going to use for the analysis. The third tool, this is just to give you an idea, and it's up to you which tool to use. The same results we'll receive from all three for the MSN Messenger. I'll use Microsoft Network Analysis. I'll use Microsoft Network Analysis for this. So, same as Wireshark, you start a new capture, you start. Okay, I see some traffic already starting. And okay, let's try opening our executable. So Windows Live Manager, again, something at something.com for our famous password, sign in, close. So it's exactly the same over and over, the same steps we do always. So now I ran the malware again, I got the traffic I need, probably stop the traffic to analyze it. So I have a lot of traffic. Again, like the other logs, I'll be slightly cheating a bit. So what I'll do is I want to see, load filter. If you noticed, I don't know if I mentioned the network conversation. It's nice because you can actually filter the same way we did with Fiddler. You can filter that I want the network coming from Chrome or so on. Anyway, so okay, so it's load filter. I want to see, actually, I want to cheat and see, do the URLs that we've seen, the domain namespaces that we've seen, do they exist in the traffic flow? I bet that our godfather exists because the browser opens with that. So I imagine that MSN Messenger will cause traffic, DNS traffic, to resolve that URL. So let's apply filter. And indeed, you see several queries. Notice that now we know the IP address of it, and we can follow the traffic for those specific IP addresses to understand what's happening more. However, more interesting, I knew it will find our godfather because we saw the browser every single time opening on it. I wonder if we will find the SMTP looking like domain name that we have in here. So control copy. This would be interesting to figure out if we can find it or not. Control paste. This won't run the command. And let's click apply. And apply. And we got, after filtering, indeed DNS queries for GSMTP. So now the assumption, you have DNS query for GSMTP, then probably the malware is trying to send an email. I can go in depth into the traffic, but I'm not gonna, we don't have the time. So I'll keep the rest of the analysis for the next, especially that my computer VM decided to shut down, I'll keep it for the next demo.